So anybody in the audience have a short-term rental property? Airbnb, VRBO? All right, we should talk after this. So get ready to get electrified. So my name is Marcus Ernst. I am the CEO and one of the co-founders of Short Charge.
And I'm Nathan Dietrich, also COO and co-founder of Short Charge. Collectively, Marcus and I have worked in the electrical industry for over 40 years. Most recently, we owned and operated a manufacturer's rep agency.
So yeah, we ran that business for about 7 years. And then, over the past few years, we're kind of looking at the industry saying, what's going on? Where else can we make money? It was construction years, right? So, how do we differentiate ourselves? What do we find that's a little bit different, that's newer and upcoming? So we started looking around, seeing, we live on the East Coast, so there's a ton of EVs out here. And they get more prevalent, on the East Coast as well. So we said, how do we get involved with that? And then, one thing started leading to another.
So I was on vacation with my family last year, and we were going to Hilton Head, and we realized electrical vehicle owners, they can charge their cars at home. And then when they're on their highway going to their longer term destinations, they can charge along the highway with high speed DC chargers. But when we arrived in Hilton Head at our destination, we realized there's no infrastructure at all for these short term rentals. There was no charger for us to be able to charge our vehicle at the property. And this is where Short Charge was born. And so we were excited about that, ready to move forward with that. And we feel like just like Wi-Fi is an amenity for these properties and these short-term rentals, we feel like EV charging is going to be a similar amenity that's just going to be ubiquitous in many years to come.
So with that, we spent the past year developing what we call the short charge solution. So as Nate mentioned, right now you can charge at home if you have an EV. Probably have a level 2 charger at home. If you're going on vacation, you're taking your level 1 charging port along. So it's not very convenient when you own the car and you have to go sit at the convenience store to charge. So from there, we're deploying deploying chargers at short-term rental properties. They're level 2 chargers, so we're doing it at a very economical installed cost because our business is built on a recurring revenue model because each charger has a QR code on it. So if you're the driver, you show up, you want to charge your car, you scan the QR code. From there, you enter your credit card information, hit start. Now you can start charging a car. So with that, we're able to monetize the charging at a short-term rental property.
It's a simple resale of electricity. We're metering the electricity consumed by the EVs, charging at the short-term rental, and then we're able to reimburse the homeowner monthly for that charge for the cost of that electricity.
So in the end, what we're looking at, we're charging DC fast charging rates at short-term rental properties. So we're looking at about a 60% gross margin for what we're doing.
So in our target markets in the United States, there's about 900,000 properties that meet our criteria. We're looking at full house, full location rentals that also have dedicated parking. That would be a great opportunity for these level 2 EV chargers to be turnkey installed.
So what you look at on the map here, we've got states colored in orange, we've got states colored in teal. The orange states are our initial target market. So as Nate mentioned, there's 900,000 properties that fit our criteria of the low-hanging fruit to start with. Just between California and Florida, we're looking at about 230,000 properties by themselves. Again, we're picking California and Florida because those are the 2 states with the highest EV adoption rates. Moving forward, we're going to be expanding into the rest of the states that are colored in teal, which adds another 240,000 properties. So right there between those two colored states, we're looking at over half the properties. Again, they could be at lakes, they could be along the ocean, many different places to be. And then obviously over time, the rest of the country's going to fill in. Somebody's going to have a house that's in Florida, you got a house in California, and I got a lake house in Oklahoma, right? So can I get one there? Of course. So we're going to want to expand it across to the rest of the country as well.
So looking at our deployment rates next year, 2024, we're looking to deploy somewhere between 17 and 1,800 chargers. And then we're going to increase the annual deployment rate for the next many years to come. So we're projecting in 2032 to have about 9,000 chargers per year installed. So this accumulates over the next 8 years is about 48,000 chargers. And so with that, we feel like it's still a very conservative number. If you look at that 900,000 potential properties, it's still just 5% of that particular niche market.
So it's not like we're not going after a larger market, but when we start looking at numbers for what does even 5% of that market look like? Well, 2024, projected about 3.2 million revenue as we start scaling up. Again, for us, it's about getting in front of the person who makes the decision about, I want to put one into my property to differentiate my property from the neighbor's property, right? As we move forward, by 2032 at 48,000 chargers, we'll be at $250 million in revenue. That's at a 60% gross margin. Give us a compound annual growth rate of 103.5%.
So we're here at Impact 23, and while this is an awesome investment opportunity, we feel like the people here on the deck have more to offer. Currently, we're marketing our company using social, digital paid advertising, and then we're doing a lot of shoe leather salesmanship. We're visiting with property managers, bringing them on board, and trying to sell it that way. But what we really are looking for is executive level partnerships where we can build out partnerships and corporate programs to be able to sell and market our product.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, it's getting in front of the short-term rental owner. Anytime I've talked to a number of people here at Impact, and some people in properties, and it's like, here's my card, please call me after this, and it's over, right? But for us, a lot of times it's getting past that gatekeeper, which again, a lot of the properties are tough behind LLCs. From there we need to get to the person that makes the decision. So with that, that's kind of what we're built for. Big Casa, people know things there. To kind of help push that through. And then with that, we believe that with about a $2 million investment, we can become self-financed. We're still working off of our capital that we generated out of our old business. And moving forward, $2 million investment, we want to delivering a pretty good internal rate of return. So with that, we say thank you for your time.
Thank you.